Hi, I'm Kenny McElroy.
Hi, my name is Manisha Shastaman.
Hi, I'm Joanna.
So tell us a bit about the business development team here at Indigo Park Canada.
My role in business development is to drive our revenues, build relationships, and secure portfolios for our company. We have a diverse team of business development directors across the country, coast to coast. We also have our operations team, again, coast to coast in every region. And aside our BD team, operations team, we have our marketing, digital. So basically, we have the whole 9 yards to really operate your lot. Parking is a lot more than just a peace sign and a stall that you park your vehicle. It's really where everything begins and ends. It is the first impression and the last impression of any facility, any garage, any parking.
How can we build revenue? How can we maximize revenue? That's always the first question. As a salesperson, especially within parking, we know what we need to do to help create an environment that they're looking for. And oftentimes they're unique in a way, but they are very similar in the grand scheme of things. We need to look at costs. We need to understand equipment. We need to understand how to transition from equipment to QR codes and digital validations and all of these things that help lower costs, but also manage the structure in a way that maybe hadn't been thought of in the past. But the initial question is always, how can we maximize our yield on this property? And then you dive into it, understand it, and then give them a quality proposal and offer that makes sense to them and is tailored to them.
Most of these lots, we have big and small, right? But the small ones, they do want to be part of something else, and they clearly don't have the experience. So the fact that they partner with us, it's like, okay, they have the experience and they are working with me hand by hand. That's how I see them. And then the big corporation is a different language, right? They already know what they want. They know their pain points. Their process is clear. But as a BDM, you have to learn how to understand both angles and prepare a strategy for each of them.
From a very first meeting, I like to introduce myself, my company, our expertise, not to sell us, but to really educate them about our expertise and give them that comfort that we are the experts that they can trust and that we understand their challenges, we understand the industry. I think once I accomplish this, it really builds the trust with my client.
Okay, so for the first time is making sure that I listen more than I talk. So I ask the right questions. I clearly am facing them because they have a problem. So whether there is profitability or whether it's like operations, they do have a problem. So you do have to kind of step back a little bit and making sure you ask, what are they looking for? When are they looking for that solution? So you understand if you have to act fast or if you have to hold a little bit, and making sure while you're asking questions, you develop a trust relationship. So by asking and by listening and remembering what they say, you create a relationship with them.
For me personally, meeting the client, I want them to know that they're listened to. I want to understand their challenges and understand their main pain point. Once I understand what their challenges with their operation and facility is, then I can put the right strategic solution for my partners or my clients. And typically it's a partnership approach. And I make clear that they understand that my goal is really to achieve their ultimate satisfaction for whatever it is that they're looking for. May it be more revenues, enhancements to their customer service and tenant satisfaction, or a seamless operation. We're there as their partners, and that's what I want them to understand my approach is. Our approach, listen first, analyze, and then put a solution together. Personally, after listening to my client and their challenge, my approach is to actually and physically go to that facility or the garage and put myself in the shoe of my client or a parker and look at it from a very different angle. And then I realize, what is it that I need to do? How can we make a difference to this lot? And then from there, I put my proposal together. We put our solution together. Well, it takes a lot of clients by surprise that we take the time, invest the time for days and multiple visits to go to their facility, understand their facility and the demographic, and put a realistic solution together.
I think what's great about Indigo from a national perspective is that we are regionally based, and any decisions that occur within facilities are done regionally. And, we can look at that as a very basic, simple thing, but having somebody within your city that is managing your property, from a call center to digital management to inventory, it sets us way apart because we are hands on the property, we're boots on the ground, and then we use what we have from a corporate perspective, our digital app, our validations that are done digitally, our enforcement program, to really strengthen what they're actually looking for. Not to mention we're equipment agnostic. We're in a situation that sets us apart in many different ways, and I think that's very important. Our Indigo app honestly does a great job with that for many reasons. One, it's in-house. We're managing it all by Indigo employees, but creating an environment where somebody can scan a QR code for any purpose, not just paying for parking, which is obviously the core of our business, but being able to register digitally without having to go to a meter or getting a validation ticket. It's all paperless. It's better for the environment, and also it's a quicker process for somebody who perhaps doesn't have to get out of their car. It's cold weather outside. They don't have to stand at a meter. And these things are very important.
Our in-house digital app, Indigo Neo, Canadian made, is a technology that is very easy to use. Our in-house platform. We have full control of how we can integrate our platform with many other equipment providers. That puts us in a position where it really enables us to work with different partners, different equipment providers, and other apps. It's really integratable.
It's a very important process because as a salesperson, you're the first line of communication, from not just the first line, but the consistent point of contact for that client throughout the entire process, from proposal to contract. The transition, the sales team needs to be involved in. And we're involved in through internal meetings from start to finish from that launch. And then we're involved even 30, 60, 90 days after the launch to make sure that everything is running well and that the introduction and setup that Indigo has sold is being done and being done well and is being done to the taste of our clients. But we need to stay engaged as long as we can. And so being involved consistently is very important, not only for the success of that property, but for the success of the sales team.
Everything I do, from meeting a client to the end of signing a contract, I involve operations. And once a location is up and running, operation is doing their thing, it doesn't end for me there. I'm always involved. I like to involve operation in sense of when I'm putting a strategic plan together, it has to make sense. It has to be realistic. Is it deliverable? And I do not want to be in a position where I am over-promising, under-delivering. And this is only doable when I involve operations and their expertise. Because at the end of the day, they're the field guys. They're the ones that, make it happen as well. So it's very crucial to work alongside your partners in the company.
If I don't align with operations, then it's not going to be realistic. And in the long run, the relationship is going to be affected. So it's going to take me longer. I might not be as quick as, the client might want, but I also let the client know.
Owners need to look at their facility, need to look at the amount of space they have on site and think about it a little bit differently, regardless of what the setting is, from a retail setting to a commercial to residential. It's irrelevant. It's all seen as the same. If you're offering, as an example, a strip mall 200 parking spaces outside. You need to look at it as, what can I do with that parking space, and how can I ensure that the people that are coming to visit my mall are taken care of first? And bringing Indigo into the conversation early is important, because we can look at it and say, okay, let's give 2 hours free parking to everybody who's coming to the facility, whether they're going to the dentist or the grocery store. After that, you're able to identify, okay, we have 50% occupancy for that specific situation. Now we can start monetizing. Maybe somebody's staying past 2 hours, maybe it start charging. Once you have that second phase implemented, the third phase is, now I have unoccupied space. What can Indigo do to help generate a revenue stream that perhaps we never thought of before? It's about using your property to help increase the value within the community and increase the value for your bottom line. So really understanding that there are options out there way over and above simply free parking. The biggest change is how people are using their vehicles and why, and how we can understand what that transition of A to B means is how we can better serve not only our clients, but that customer, and augment their journey in a way that helps them. But understanding that route, I think what makes Indigo as successful as we are, because we are the parking company of the future, and we're building our facilities in that way. And it starts with understanding how our customers are using our facilities.
People first. We are very diverse, and equality matters a lot here. And those are what really stands out for me the most at Indigo. The respect that's amongst the employees coming from the top. People matter, and we're listened to, we're cared for. These are very important values that IPC has that's really kept us going.
I would say people come to work and they're ready to do their best. And that's because of our success and our consistent transitional periods throughout the duration of Indigo. We take in our new people, we embrace new people, we train new people, we help them succeed in an environment that we need them to succeed in. And I think it's just very important to broadcast that. We do enjoy having fun, we enjoy being a part of the community, but ultimately we're here to ensure that our clients are served, our retention is there from a client perspective and an employee perspective, and then help with growth and help them learn and help them understand what parking is. And I think we've done a great job with that.
Someone said to me when I first started, get ready to fall in love with parking. And here I am 5 years later, absolutely in love with what I do. When I hear about their challenges and I put my solution together, and then when I hear another client reach out to me because Mr. XYZ or Miss XYZ has referred them to me, it speaks volume. It means I did the right thing. I delivered what I needed to deliver.
My favorite part with working with clients is the relationship you develop with them. It's not one time. You're going to be with them for the long run. Most of the clients we have, they have different lots, different spaces, different struggles. So the fact that you get to know them and you listen to what they need is what I like the most.
Sales is where I feel the most comfortable, and I'll be here for a long time.